Happy Friday, everybody. I just got back from checking out the movie Warfare. Saw it with a few friends, and it covers the experience of this one combat team in Ramadi, Iraq in 2006. I would say in terms of narrative, story, the film, I guess it's a bit limited in what it can do since it's trying as best it can to just follow what happened. And often, especially when you take combat experiences or skirmishes, it's definitely exciting in terms of action, but there's not the typical story components of character development and plot and twists and turns. This film just overall felt extremely immersive and grounded, and I must say it's one of the most realistic war films that I think I've ever seen. So realistic, in fact, that at times it can feel a little boring. I don't think there was a soundtrack in this film. I don't remember hearing music, at least in the traditional sense. And from everything I saw, the TCCC, the first aid that was administered, the movements of troops, spacing, radio chatter, and the combat felt very real, very immersive. It was pretty intense. Oh, yeah, it was a lot of crazy stuff. So I would say that probably the average filmgoer might not find it particularly entertaining in the traditional sense, but I think you should watch this movie to just experience and see a more realistic portrayal of combat. And all the actors did a great job. It didn't even feel like they were acting. That's how strong their performances were. And the cinematography, I must say, was especially remarkable. Everything seemed to be in camera, a lot of careful camera movements, some really impressive long takes during some combat scenes. And none of the combat was overly flashy and grandiose. It felt very real. And I'd say in terms of presentation, the film's got to be an A or an A minus. I guess I can't really grade it in the traditional sense if it were a work of fiction. So definitely check this one out. The first minute is a little scandalous, I must say. Just some troops watching some content that probably not very uplifting. I wish I'd been a few minutes late to the film because that was not really that fun to experience, but what can you do? Well, like we see here, feel free to subscribe. Variety of different content will be coming out in the future, and signing out for now.